Your love, I'm gonna make you mine. There's something special about your love. I think it's one of a kind.
A world of difference. I'm telling you, a world of difference. Okay? Self-care. Like, I used to get my nails done. And yeah, there's times I'm like, oh, I need a mani-pedi. But massages, if you're not doing that once a year, at least, whew, put that in your budget. And like what I was telling Daniel, the masseuse, is I feel like, as I'm thinking back to like my other massage where I'm like, yeah, that was a good massage, right? You ever leave a massage and you're like oiled up, but you're like, oh, that was a good massage. But like his massage, he said he was using like a gel. There was like slip, but not too much where he was like actually able to get into my muscles.
Yeah.
Right? So it's like, I'm thinking about one, remember the one I tell you that was like the worst massage I've ever had, where I was freezing and I came out, I was like oiled up. And I was like, yo, I still feel sore. That's the difference, right? That's the difference between a quality masseuse, like a licensed professional that's really gonna like get into your muscles, and you still feel relaxed, right? Like I literally fell asleep before the massage, so maybe that's why I didn't like sleep during. And I'm usually not really like, oh, I'm chatty with like, you know, like people that like are pampering me or whatever. It's usually like I just kind of knock out because I'm really like tired, but that nap before kind of like helped it. But he's like a really nice person. He's, you know, makes you feel comfortable, and he was really hitting like there's like a pain pleasure, and there was at some points where I was like, oh, that hurts, but I was like, whoa, that feels really good. And I don't think I've ever experienced that. It wasn't a deep tissue, but it was like, yeah, you know, like, because I told him like I'm really like, I don't know if you had a chance to watch the last video. I'll try to insert here where I was putting together the water table for Kellan. I couldn't squeeze the white part, you know, the water tower part. I couldn't squeeze that together because my shoulder hurt so much. I literally can do this now. I could not do that before until like this morning. I woke up and I tried to raise my arm again and I couldn't. I don't know if it's how I'm sleeping. I don't know if it's like, it's, you know, before I was saying it's Kellan sleeping on my arm, but I think it's me sleeping, my heavy head sleeping on there. But no matter what, it was painful. He massaged it out, did an amazing job. And even though like my skin feels like smooth and moisturized because of the gel he was using, I don't feel slippery. And again, like it made me think like, it's probably they oiled you up and they couldn't really get a grip into your skin.
Remember, I was telling you about that whole, I don't remember what it's called, but it's like the Tiffany thing. So, brief history, like the name Tiffany's a really old name, but they won't, writers of like TV shows and stuff, they won't put the name Tiffany in like in like these like period pieces, because the perception of the general public is Tiffany's a relatively modern name, so it kind of takes them out of it, even though in reality it's really a really old name. So the reason why I bring that up is I think that the perception of like massages now is that you're gonna get oiled up and you're gonna be greasy. So some masseuses, not to say that they're not doing a quality job, but that's the expectation. That you're gonna be covered and that you just like when I went to the barber. Like you have to have all these fancy things happening to you to be worth the money. So some of it is just part of the show. I felt the same way. I don't feel greasy. Even before we did it, I was saying to Lisa, maybe I'll shower afterward because I felt like I was going to be like really oily afterward. So it's like the expectation is that. What I would say is excellent. Use the services if you're coming to stay. Like I said,
we're gonna use them at a hotel. As you know,
I like the fact that he'll basically come deliver it to where you're at. which is great for the fact that like if you're not staying at the Floridian, the Grand Floridian, or you know the Ritz Carlton or the highest.
He just said as long as there's room
for his table
for the table, but he said the majority of rooms are big enough for that. Like look at the value hotels, the not Art of Animation, but like the All Stars. Now you could put up the other bed. So if you put up the other bed,
put it up and make that like, coffee table thing they have with the,
that would be
the Murphy bed.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what it's called.
Enough space.
Good job, baby.
So
Murphy bed.
what I would say is just be honest with your masseuse. Like if something feels uncomfortable, say it. And those things. And also be wary of the fact that you might not really need a deep tissue. He said you needed deep tissue. I know, but what I'm saying is you really might think you need that, or that's going to be what. And so if you've never experienced a massage, or you're changing from masseuse to masseuse, remember this is somebody using their hands, their muscle, their interpretation. This is not like a steak where like everywhere you go there will be a higher quality.
So every masseuse is different. So you also have to kind of know that.
But what I'm saying is just speak up. Like, oh, I paid for this. Yeah. Or I asked for this.
But again, some of these hotels you're paying in advance for the $200 service, and you're like, oh, I don't like it. It's okay to like kind of be like, oh, can you alter this? Yeah. You know, alter that.
That's basically it. What I'm saying is, even though you might get charged, it's better to enjoy your massage.
Okay.
Than to say, well, damn it, I paid for a deep tissue, so even though this is uncomfortable, I need this person to get in there into the deep tissue. Like, you might think you need that. Just like I might have thought, oh, my neck and my shoulders is where it's at, and then find out that there's a spot in your back that is causing your neck to be stiff. Or
he explained that, right? He was really good about educating too.
Yeah. There was a point where there was something way up on the back of the my thigh that was affecting the balls of my feet way more than when he actually got down to the balls of your feet. So it's not for you to be a masseuse and like understand all the body mechanics and muscular and skeletal muscular and anatomical things. It's just feel it out. Feel out your masseuse. A good masseuse should allow you to change it as it need be. Yes. And you would be shocked at what you think you need versus what you actually need.
I like I said, I don't think I'm exaggerating. I probably had about like 20 different massages, 15 to 20 different massages in my life. And this one, I felt like, he was open to altering. And again, because of this service and he's coming into our household.
20?
Yeah. I didn't think about it. I didn't think about it until I was 20. Naming. Yeah. I'm bougie. Sorry. But, that's crazy. Girl. That's crazy. Crazy girl. Is it?
Crazy. You crazy girl.
Anyway, but, but no, like, I've been to a massage where it was like I felt the anxiety of knowing that this is going to end in 15 minutes. And I, work with him, like if it depends on like, I guess if he had another appointment available, like that he had to go to, but he worked, like we ran over on time, compensated him for the extra time. But when you go to some of these big box hotels and resorts, resort spas, they ain't doing that for you. You get your 50 minutes, you get your 50 minutes.
The good thing about what Lisa is saying is it works right into the only other thing I would say about, and this is the positive thing, is try to separate what you can. I understand the convenience of bundling, but if you are coming here to stay in a short-term rental, if you are coming to go to the hotels, whether on property or off property, whether you're moving to the area, the good thing about a service coming directly from the masseuse and not like, and this is not knocking the standalones like your Massage Envy or like your masseuse packages that are at these high end. I don't want to knock that. But what I am saying is the good thing when you don't bundle these things are you get access to little bits of magic. I can't promise you that if you book Daniel, whose info should be somewhere in here,
below,
is going to be able to accommodate every time for a little more time or this or that. But what I can say is the less that you bundle in your things is the more personalized that you can get things to be.
Yes.
You can build repertoire with them. Like, for example, he was telling me that now less than 50% of his clientele are like vacationers. So what's really good about that is that he's getting a lot of regular clients.
That's really good.
That are
That's
local.
really good, yeah.
And that's not to say not to use him as a vacationer, but that's to say that's just something that you can treat yourself to. Don't feel like, because I feel like a lot of the places now are making you feel as if you don't come and spend the absolute highest end money, you can't have these things. And you can. You have access to still getting a high quality massage at Art of Animation, at Pop Century, at Leaky Tiki, or staying off resort, or doing something like that, or getting one of these short-term rentals houses with the pools and this, and you can pay for him to come and do the setup.
You know what I was thinking? You know what I was thinking, guys? What if, like, this is like extra, but hey, if you like had like a girls trip or something, and you had him come over, and you do like, we're gonna pay for you for 5 hours, and you just switch off. You don't have to do like an hour. You could maybe say 30 minutes or something.
The only thing that I would say is that I'm a little weary of how much back to back he can do.
Yeah, that's,
so
you obviously have to give him breaks.
People, I would want to try to
give him some kind of break. But that's what I'm saying, do like 30
break.
minutes, 20 minutes break, 30 minutes, 20 minutes break.
But you could maybe even do,
if you had a whole bunch of like friends come over.
If it's like 6 to 8 of you, you can maybe do 2 days of it, of him coming back to back.
Come back again, because he's close to us.
He's booked, he has his steady bookings. And like I said, that gives you, again, right now, I don't have to drive home. The last place that we went to that I remember, we might have had a massage since then, but we went to Universal, the last one that stood out. Yeah. And it was great, but we had to like drive
to
back
our
to
actual
the hotel afterwards.
We actually left South Florida, came up here 8 a.m. in the morning, because that was the only booking I could get was 8 a.m. And we did a couples massage, and then we chilled at the pool, so we got to do that. And then we went to our regular hotel. So, but I thought you were going to say the time we went to the Fontainebleau, because I think we did 2 trips to the Fontainebleau. But the first time it was like we were so tired, and we were like, we should get a hotel room. But the prices were like ridiculous. Yeah. So it was like, okay, drive home, but you're like tired because you're like relaxed, and you're just like.
So now I am here. I'm relaxed.
Yeah. We could like open up a bottle of like
you need
wine.
To use the bathroom. You need to do anything. You're in the
comfort of your home,
or your temporary home, your rental, your home, so that's what's really nice about it.
On his website, he has a picture of him doing a massage like by the pool. And I was like, oh my God, that looks so cool. So I'm like, if you had a short-term rental and you had a pool outside, again, like have him over for, like 2 hours.
It's an excellent gift, because you can think about it like if you want the mom or the dad or whoever to get a massage, take the kids to the pool and leave
after
the
you
room.
have a baby.
Oh yeah.
Like have him come over. Pamper your, like that's a nice push, like a push present, like, you deserve that. And like for me to share this with Dan, I'm always like, this is like a great thing. And then like, it's in our home.
Yeah. So as we're hearing a lot about the great, migration, but like what did they term this thing when everybody started, the Great Resignation, with people quitting? A lot of them were furloughs, and then people just realized after being furloughed, like, hey, I can kind of go and do this on my own.
Yeah.
So it's not necessarily that people don't want to work or don't want to do these things.
Exactly.
It's that now that these businesses are there. And you know what? I say cheers to that. Sometimes it's better to have things separate. You can separate. I don't have to be worrying about, gratuity. Some of that gratuity went to this big corporation that he worked for or whatever. My payment goes directly to the person that is rendering the service. So you can feel good about that. And you just have a one-on-one kind of situation.
So like for them, for Launch Massage, Daniel worked for a massage company, and then Daniel's wife Kason is who worked for Disney, and then she was furloughed. Now she's back with Disney, but this is still a family business. But he worked for, I won't name the company, but he worked for a massage company, and when you realize the freedom of you were being home, and being able to work around your schedule, and like you being your own boss, it's like Dan is saying, they pay. Maybe they're paying you a salary, maybe they're paying you per service, but you only get a part of it. Now you are your own CEO. And you get that money.
The thing that I'm emphasizing is not only do you give a part of them, because I understand it. Like in a barber setup, like you pay for your chair, right? Which makes sense because now this person is giving you a space in all of this to render your services. But what I'm saying in this setup is all of your money that you plan on tipping, unlike in a restaurant or something like that, isn't being divvied up between, you don't feel this obligation to say, well, this tip is going to also go to the busboy that I never saw or this person or somebody else and all these other things. It's going directly to the services because, listen, let's be honest, if you're using these services, it's more than likely because you're in the area. If you're vacationing in the area, I will say this again, and I don't know if I am shooting myself in the foot by saying it, but Disney is getting enough of your money.
They are.
They really are. And they're doing enough to make sure that they're getting even more of your money. So there's no need for you to feel obligated to pamper yourself through those things. Have those things separate. Have those things where you can customize those things as you see fit, and you can feel good about putting money into a local economy. A lot of people will bash you about coming and not doing anything outside of the bubble, the kingdom bubble. Yeah. But this is a good way to be able to still pamper yourself and still really not have to go out of your way to pay into the local economy. So that's what I would say. Anyway, I'm going to go try and enjoy the last 15 to 30 minutes before Kellan wakes up.
That is true.
Not that I don't love daddy time, but I'm a little into relax mode, so I'm gonna go lie down before.
Now he's ready for it. Daddy time.
Crazy. Crazy girl.
I think it's one of a kind. There's something special about your love.